Well, hello there, it's the Archivist from TradingCardArchives.com. I am back for another, hopefully fun weekend of filming. And to get started today, we're going to start with cards and coffee. Makes sense to me. I've got my coffee here. Oh, it's really good. Hopefully you've got yours. As you can see, I'm set up to do another battle. I love to do these kind of larger battles during cards and coffee. They're a great way to kick the day off, get through a bunch of cards, and hopefully they're kind of entertaining. And also they help me practice getting faster because I have to get through so many cards. And in the interest of getting faster, we're going to open cards right away here. So within the first minute, we're going to start with a Topps Chrome 2023. As you know, I was opening these in every single video last weekend. We probably won't do it in every video this weekend because that's the last blaster I have. But at least the next 9 videos we're going to open them in. There's 9 packs left, including this one. So let's see what we got here. And despite opening like 3 blasters last weekend, I got only, I think, 2 new base cards in all of them. So apparently in this set there are some base cards that are actually pretty hard to pull. Because I'm missing about 10 of them and I've opened a lot of packs. But yeah, still missing 10. Okay, but let's see what we got. So Zeb I already have. Galen I have. Hera I have. Ezra might be new. I don't think I have Ezra yet. But I think I might. I don't know. I'll have to find out. But anyway, those are all just base. So these are base chrome. This looks really fancy, but this is called a black wave parallel. And it's in fact just kind of the default parallel for the blasters. So you'll get 3 of them in each box. So they're not actually that rare. But still, always happy to get some more Star Wars cards. We'll put those over there. And then, okay, let's get into this. So this is, of course, SCP Foundation. Again, you can tell that's what's on the table here. In fact, I have all 8 of the boxes. Now, up until a few weeks ago, I actually thought there were 9 sets. But in fact, this set, which is always sold alongside SCP, you'll see this on every vendor when they're selling SCP, they'll also sell this. But this is actually Abnormity Hunter League. And it's a totally different thing. The cards look different, they have art attribution on them. It's still a K-Mon product, but it's a completely different thing. So I don't consider it part of SCP anymore. So from what I know now, SCP has 8 total sets. And I have them all here on the table. So what I'll do is I will put our graphic up to kind of show you where to get all these in case you want them. And then we'll go through each box quick, and then we have to actually open this box because this one has never been opened before. So let me get the graphic up. So these are the 8 we'll be going through in the battle, and these are actually in release order. This is the order they came out. So this is the OG, the very original YCSR1, 01, 01. And so this YCSR1 part is kind of the set number designation. And you'll see these all are YCSR1 until we get over here. The second number is actually the yuan level, so that's kind of the pricing level of that product. So YCSR1 had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pricing levels released of the same set. And then you get into 2 and X, and they had different release schedules. Obviously weren't as popular. Okay, anyway, so YCSR1 initial, that was the very first release. The box has 36 packs with 6 cards, costs about $20, average about 9 cents a card. Now I have to say these are, I guess you could say, bootleg cards. It's hard for me to understand what that means in this context, but they are definitely stolen artwork. So they're using fan artwork that is just flat out stolen. Now K-Mon does do some additions to it. They add foil, they put it in a frame and all that stuff, but it's still stolen art. It's still a scummy thing to do. So that sucks. But at the same time, these were printed a long time ago, so like it's kind of too late to have that fight now. Although if you want to have it, that's fine. Go ahead and comments. I don't mind. We can all fight about that if you want. But what we're going to look at these cards anyway today, because I find them fascinating. I mean, even if they are stolen artwork, it's still an awesome set of artwork. And as far as I know, the only SCP trading cards that have ever been made. So if somebody wants to take up the mantle and create a legit set and get attribution and do all that, I'd be first in line to buy it. I'll buy cases of it. I would love such a product, but it doesn't exist. This is what we have, so this is what we're gonna look at. Okay, anyway, I'll try not to talk too much about that because it's kind of a downer. But also, it's a downer for the artist too, so it sucks for everybody. But we're gonna get through it. Okay, sorry. So then moving on, YCSR 1-2. This is the 2 yuan product, so it's 30 packs at 7 cards a pack, which averages to about 10 cents a card. And it's interesting because it has this unique vertical design, which I've actually never seen in another product other than this came on SCP. You don't see it in any other product. So there's a lot of unique features of this product's distribution that I also love to talk about. So even if, the product is very bootleggy, it's not the only bootleg thing we look at. And it does have enough interesting features that I think it's still worth looking at in just the area of trading cards. Then we move into the more premium levels. So this is the 5 yuan level of YCSR 1. It costs about $25. You only get 20 packs, 8 cards in each pack. So that's averaging now 15 cents a card, which is pretty expensive for bootleg cards. But you get much better hit rates in here. In fact, I've always gotten like amazing cards from these packs. I'm always excited to open the 5 yuan packs. Same with the 10 yuan level. That's this Pyramid of Doom thing. I'll show you in a second. But again, you're moving up in price point there. You're getting up to $30, 18 cents a card for 20 packs. And I missed this 3 yuan one over here though, and we'll talk about that. That's 50 packs. It's a very weird product. Then you get into YCSR 2, which is the second edition. So these are completely new SCPs, new cards. Unfortunately, they only ever made this one yuan box. They never made a 2 yuan or anything else from 2. After this, they moved on to Abnormality League, and they got a Marvel license, and they started printing Marvel cards. So they kind of went legit after YCSR 2 and stopped making bootleg cards like this. And then YCSR X is a side release that kind of happened in the middle. It's a reprint of everything with new framing artwork. So we'll see that when we look at it. You'll get what look like dupes, but they have different frame art. So you'll see it's a little bit of a different thing. And for that product, they made a 1 and a 2 yuan level. Okay, we just talked about the boxes enough. Let's actually look at the boxes and then get one opened up. So let me get them off the table here. Try to do it in order. So here's the 1. So this is the original OG box, YCSR 1. And then this is YCSR 2. This is the 2 yuan box. And like I said, it's kind of an upright thing. It's sort of a weird product. Very strange product. Then the 3 yuan box is huge and heavy. There's 50 packs in here with 7 cards in each pack. But at the same time, because there's so many cards in this box, it actually averages to very low cost per card. This is a very high value product, even though it's a little expensive at first. Then this is the 5 yuan cube. I love this thing. It's so glittery and just weird looking. Unfortunately, the one I have opened here got just destroyed in shipping. Like, it's not even really a box anymore. It's just something I hold together. But I have another one of these that is pristine. So I actually have copies of all these boxes that are sort of like pristine copies that I don't intend to open ever. So I have a sealed copy of this that I'll keep sealed, but this one is open. And then this is the Pyramid of Doom I was talking about. So very interesting. It's the only triangular shaped trading cards product I've seen. And there's a whole video on this, so I won't spend too much time on it. But that's the 10 yuan level. And then we get into YCSR 2. So this is the second set again. And then this is YCSR X, the reprint set. And I had already opened the 2 yuan product, but I've actually never opened the 1 yuan level. Not today and take a look at it. And then this is just one more thing I wanted to have out here because I have a lot. I have like everything from SCP. This is the book, the like binder. So you can buy a little trading card binder to go with the set, and it has a space for each card in it. But the pages are really cheap, so I would never actually use this binder. But still, it's kind of an interesting thing to have. And it did come with an SSR card that is not unique, because I pulled that SSR card as well, but it's still, comes with one for sure. So That's kind of an interesting thing. Okay, then we're gonna open this. But first, again, I want to show you. I also have boosters, sealed boosters of each of them. Well, not sealed, but they're in these MagSafe one touches, so they're essentially sealed. And I'm trying to keep like one of each booster in one of these. So I'm going to be adding this last one to the set, and then I have the complete set. I don't know. You can't grade these, so I won't be getting them graded. But if you could grade them, I would grade them. But as far as I know, no company will grade these because, again, it is a bootleg product. But I've got one here for a pack we'll pull out of this. So without wasting any more time, let's get this opened up. And then I will set up the packs for the battle. I'll random them all out while paused. And then we'll start the actual battle here. And I didn't put up a format slide, but we'll use the same format we used for the Arcanist Choice and Marble battle, where we just open the packs, look at everything, and then save the hits to look at in a different round. So all the base we'll look at very quickly. And with this set, it'll go really fast because you'll see, but there's going to be just so many dupes. It's going to be insane. There's a lot of dupes in this thing. And also, like, we've already looked at a lot of cards from this set. So here you go. This is again, the YCSX reprint set. And this is the 1 yuan level of that product. Kind of interesting thing. And one thing that's kind of neat is there's actually multiple languages of the wiki. So some of the cards in here will be based off the Russian articles. So articles that only exist in the Russian version of the wiki and have translations, but they were originally written there. And then it also will have ones that are only in the CN version of the wiki, which is kind of an interesting thing that you'll get SCPs in here that you wouldn't see if you only read the English wiki. So that's also true. Okay, so then, yeah. So inside you'll find a set list. They always give these, which is really nice. So I'll cut that out and scan it for you guys later. Inside, we're probably not going to find any kind of box promo. They never really do that. But the packs look cool. I love this particular design. I forgot that SCP's name, but it's it's like one of my favorites, and I forgot what it is already. The one with the little red disc, and you go to the other world. A great post, by the way. I'll find it here before I come back. But let me put this pack, seal it away. And then we have a complete set. And what I'll do is maybe build a frame. Maybe I'll 3D print a cool frame to put all these in with some SCPs on the side or something. But there's all the packs on display. And what I'm going to do now is I'll pause. And then I'm going to set up a battle. I'll get 2 packs of each of these out, randomized out from the boxes, and then we'll get going. So let me pause here. All right, I am back and ready to go. So I've got all the packs laid out here in the order you see at the bottom. And I'll go ahead and get the positions up because we are going to run this like a battle. But as I said, we'll run it the kind of faster version where we get all the base out of the way. And then just look at the hits, basically, to pick the winners. So let's get started here. And for anyone who doesn't know, although it's kind of weird that you're watching this video this long, I don't know, but SCP Foundation is kind of a mythos that is sort of all fan-created. So it's kind of like this group that finds weird, magical, monster kinds of things, and then protects the world from them, so to speak. And they have to secure, contain, and protect those artifacts or whatever it is that they find. And there's wiki pages, thousands of them, written over 20 years now, with all these different monsters and artifacts and weird things and stuff. It's sort of, like the show X-Files or Fringe or Warehouse 20-something. They all kind of were this same sort of mythos type world. And then these trading cards are based on that using artwork that fans drew from the posts. So these are base cards. So we'll look at this one, but we won't look at all the base because that'll take a while, but we will look at all the hits. So I took the hit out off screen there. So this is SCP-1730. And again, this is the very first set they printed. So back in this time, they weren't putting any treatments on the card, just color printed. And they didn't put their logo or anything down here. So you can always tell it's like an original card if it doesn't have logos on it. You'll see every other one will have logos. So there's 846, there's 1986, there's 131. These are the iPods, they're called. So, you know, like it's like a pun, like iPod or whatever. But they're eyes that are in a pod, and they're actually very friendly. So they're not dangerous at all. You see, their designation is safe by the Foundation. I guess this one is also safe, but maybe something like this. Wow, got a lot of safes today. Wow, all safe. Okay, here's one that's not safe, but it is neutralized. So this one is dead now, or otherwise taken out of commission, right? Sometimes neutralized can mean they sent it to another dimension or something. Okay, but we'll look at the hit next. But let's get this pack going, and let's get these hits, these base out of the way, and then, like I said, I'll pull the hit off screen so that you can't. You don't see it, but I'll see it ahead of time. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so those hits will kind of hide there. And then these are the base we got from that set. And now you notice in the the 2 yuan level, they've started to put treatment on all the cards. So you end up pulling a dupe from here, but now it has a treatment on it. So I've been keeping them all. So I have like 3 copies of each card, basically. And then you can see here what I was talking about. These now have logos on them, and you'll see every one after this has logos. But that first one didn't. Okay, so there's base from that. Don't worry, we're going to get going a lot faster here because we have to. There's going to be a lot of cards on this table. These are not small packs. They have, 6, 7, 8 cards in them. And then we've got to do 2 packs of each, so yeah, that's going to be a little while. Okay, here we go. We'll put this right here. And then now we're at the 3 yuan level. And at the 3 yuan level, they use this foil pattern, which I don't like as much because it obstructs the artwork quite a bit. But it is now a 3rd level, so that's why we have 3 copies of each one being collected in many cases. Oh, that's the so that's SCP-93. That's the one that's on the cover of this pack. So this is one of my favorite SCP stories. You should definitely go look that one up. SCP-93. If you've never read an SCP before, that's a great one to start with. It's written with kind of a found footage way where you get to read interviews and video transcripts and things of a team exploring a strange land, and things get weird. And it gets very existential by the end. It's, I think, a perfect introduction to what a good SCP post should be. And so that's SCP-93. Oh, this back means we got something special, but we're not going to look at that yet. Sorry, I'm spoiling everything here. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So these are the hits. I'll put them here. Oh, I put them upside down, sorry. Oh. Okay, here we go. And then these are the base. We'll just kind of go through those quickly. So like faceless sheep. There's a radio tower. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. Right? Oh, and there. So that's what it's talking about. You're going to get dupes. You'll get dupes in the same pack. You'll get dupes across packs, but we're going to be swimming in dupes by the end of this. By the end of this battle. So here's a 10 yuan pack. So that's the 10. This is the most expensive pack they've ever made for this set. And what Paimon does that's kind of cool is they put a set list on the back, and then they'll also tell you what the high rarity levels are. So in this particular 10 yuan box, there's LR, ZR plus, and GR kind of top rarities. And then MR rarity here is actually limited. So if we can find that, it'll be a numbered card, I think. I've heard that. I've never seen one. Not many people collect these, but some do. There is actually a tiny secondary market for these cards. And when I say tiny, I mean there's like one seller, I think. But it does exist. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. If you're in it for money, I'm not really in this for money at all. Okay, so this Tenuan set is kind of weird because it doesn't have any base cards. There are no rares in there. Its base are SRs. So we're going to look at these SRs as if they're base, even though those are hits in the smaller sets. But there's SCP-3330. And I already have this one, but that's 176. I don't have that one yet. That looks cool. 52, some kind of subway train, I guess. And then I have that one. That's a satellite dish. That's 123. I think, yeah, that one is designation Euclid, which means it's much harder to contain and would be very dangerous if it escaped. I wonder if we got any Keters. No Keters here. So Keter is like the next level above Euclid. Again, in this, it's a mythical world. It's obviously not real. Or is it? No, it probably isn't real. Or is it? No, I'm pretty sure the SCP stuff's not real. If it was, we would be well protected, I would say, because no one has ever found out about it. But now we're moving into set 2. So this is the second release with different SCPs, but similar treatments on the cards, you'll see. Okay, so that's going to be the hit from that pack. And that's a 1u1 pack again, so this got rares in it. So here, these are like fairy steps leading to like a fairy village. This one's really kind of an interesting one. I pull this a lot. I have a lot of dupes of this. This is SCP-206. SCP-206 is a lunar lander that they sent to the moon or to Mars or something, but then it ended up actually on a very different place. And where it ended up is kind of a spoiler, so I won't tell you. But the scientists watching it are just like constantly kind of surprised by what they see through the camera. You can kind of see it here. There's a large, I guess, insect cake. That's kind of gross. Oh, we got another dupe of that. We're going to get... yeah, I tried to warn you, but yeah, we will be getting dupes like crazy today. Did we get any Keters? No. Okay. Move here. And then we've got 2 more packs to open, and then we can start looking at hits and picking winners. So now we're in the YCSX release, and this came after the YCSRs and has a completely different design on the cards, but is otherwise kind of a reprint set. It doesn't, I don't think it has any new cards, just the redesigned cards. Again, pull that. Ooh, that was okay, that was rough. So we did not get a hit in that pack at all. We just got rares. So I'll show all the rares now, but just understand that we did not get anything in that pack. And you can see now it's like a completely different card design, everything's really different in this. This is a duck. The backs look kind of the same, but also not the same, you'll see. Not exactly the same, right? Again, there's kind of significant changes to the design of the YCSX set. Still no attribution, so there's no artist attribution on this, which in the Abnormality Hunter League, they put the artist's name at the back, which is really nice, but they don't do that for this set, and it's like a huge problem, to be honest. It's a huge problem for me because I can't tell who the artist is and be like, hey, this person makes some cool art. Although on my site, on the archive site, I have a tracker where I've been trying to reverse out who made each of these pieces of work. Although that doesn't help them at all, but it kind of is interesting for me to know. Yeah, I wish they would have attributed. And if they had attributed, they would be nearly within their rights to use this from a licensing point of view. The only other thing they would have had to do was to release all the designs in CCBY licensing. But they didn't do that, so... Oh, we actually got a hit in that pack. Okay, great. So these 1 and 2-1 sets, it's harder to pull a hit from. But this is then YCSX the reprint set, but this is the 2u1 level. You can see here, I think we've got, what, 2 dupes in that? Yeah. Yeah, we got 2 dupes. Both of these are dupes of the other pack. And then this is safe. Oh, here's a Keter. So there you see a Keter level is the hardest, the most dangerous. Actually, there's 3 Keters in there. It's very dangerous. Okay, so there's our base. Let's check out our hits, and then we can start nominating some winners here. And so this SR is SCP-004. So let me go look that up quick. I'll be right back. I'm back, and SCP-004 is pretty interesting. It's essentially just a door with a lock, but if you unlock and open the door, you get kind of blasted into pieces. You die instantly, kind of like you're seeing here. And so that's the mystery of it, is kind of figuring out why that happens. But that's kind of what an SCP is. So that's SCP-04. And since it's our only hit, we'll make it first place right now. Oh no, let me get it sleeved here. Okay, and then let's see what we can get out of this one. So there were kind of 2 hits in this pack. And they are an SR, very pretty SR of 166. So let me go look up 166 quick. I'll be right back. I'm back, and this is SCP-166. It's kind of like a half reindeer, half lady sort of thing. And her kind of weird power or abnormality is that anything around her sort of degenerates back to its original state. So if you have like a carved piece of wood, it'll turn back into a log. And if you have like a calculator made out of metal and stuff, it'll just kind of turn back into those base elements when it's around her. So that's kind of her interesting power. And I love the green background on this, so I'll probably make it first. Yeah, let's make that first and put that second. And then this one is an interesting card. This is a special rarity level introduced only for the 2u1 set called SHC. And these are actually events. This depicts sort of events that happened around SCP-49. So SCP-49 is this guy with the old doctor mask on, plague doctor mask. And that SCP has done quite a bit of shenanigans within the Foundation. And the SHC cards all depict different events that happened around that SCP. So that's kind of what that card is, and why it looks a little different. It's a sideways card too. Okay, let's pull another one here. Here we have an SR, which has a completely different treatment on it again. You notice this one has kind of a digital foil treatment to it. I don't remember what that SCP is, but I have this one already, so I don't really want to go look it up. I'll put it kind of over here. Now this I'm very interested in because I've never pulled an LR before. And LR is... LR, yeah, I don't know. I'm confused actually. I thought LR was only in other sets, but apparently it is in this set. And so this LRs depict variations of SCP-01. So this is SCP-01-16. So SCP-01 is hidden from the Foundation. They don't want anyone to figure out what it is. So they made like 36 different versions of what it could be and claim they're all true. And so this LR is showing SCP-01-16's variation. And I mean, you can tell here, this is a beautiful card. Like, it looks really good. And so Kamon did a great job with treating the treatments on that card. Really good, and also super high rarity. Like I said, I can't even remember how. I think that might be the top rarity card. Yeah, it is. Well, in each set it's different. In this one, that's the top LR. In this set, the SCP-01s must be the top LRs. They just aren't. They aren't even listed on the pack. It's crazy. Okay, sorry. I'll stop. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm very impressed with that card, in case you can't tell. But let's move on, because we've got a lot to look at here. Obviously, we're at 30 minutes, which is pretty long. Okay, so there's 2 SRs I already have and a CR. I love these CRs. These are all drawn by an artist named Sunny Clockwork. And obviously, like, they didn't give permission to use it or anything, but that's who made these. And each of the CRs depicts a different observer. And there's 16 in the set. This is the 16th one. I think I already have this one. But they all sort of depict one of the observers. So I'm going to put that there and actually move this SR off. And these aren't sleeved yet. I'll put that there. I'll get those sleeved in a minute. I'm probably going to have to stop this video after round 1 just because it's getting so long. And then we'll do round 2 maybe a little bit faster, hopefully. But I'll sleeve in between. Okay, so let's look at our pulls from the Tenuan. So these are the hits again from the Tenuan pack. And XR is in every single pack. And this is again about that SCP-01. And so this is a clue about which of the SCP-01 articles is true. And this is the clue for SCP-18. And so those aren't that rare, but they are in every Tenuan pack will have one of those. And then we got some SSRs, which do look really nice. And so that is 935. Let me go look up that one quick. All right, I'm back. And I'm going to be honest, I had this wrong. It's actually 5935. I read a little bit of this one. I don't really get what it's about. It's about kind of another dimension that's a forest where it's a very long story, I guess, with many, many parts. So you'd have to read all that, I think, to understand it. I didn't get that one. I got this one, though. This is SCP-2295. And it's safe because this is a bear that is kind of like a doctor bear. And if it's near you and you have any kind of organ damage, it will use its own stuffing to fix your organ, and it will continue to work, although it will now be made out of stuffing. So you will have a teddy bear organ, but it will continue to work, so you can survive if this bear is around you, which is kind of nice. And then this is one of the ZR cards. So these are in every single pack. They aren't especially rare, but they all depict a different SCP-01. Again, so that's a big part of the mythos, is who is the real SCP-01. So this is SCP-001-2, which are these kind of faceless monsters. It's a pretty scary story, actually, but that one's also pretty good. But anyway, that's what we got there. And I'm trying to figure out, I think I'll go like this. This will, because I love these ZRs. They've got a good look to them. Okay, then let's go to here, and we're moving down now in the one level, so the hits aren't going to be as great, and so that we actually already have from this pack. And so, oh yeah, this had no hits at all in it, stinky pack. And then this has just the one hit, which is SCP-3199. So I'll go look that up quick, and then we'll probably end this video there. Yeah, and so this is just a kind of monster one. They're sort of, hairless, half-human monster things that will attack you. It's just a kind of a typical, really scary horror version of the SCP mythos. But that's an SR then from YCSX. All right, so with the first round done, I think our winner is definitely that LR. The CRs are really nice. I love those. So that's going to be second place. And then for third will be the pink ZR. Even though it's not that rare, I love the way they look. And you can see it looks really good there. So there is SCP Foundation round 1. I'll stop the video here. I'll sleeve everything, and then we'll set up for round 2. I'll be right back.